Garden snacks. Oh, garden snacks.
Garden Snacks, bite-sized conversations with full-sized personalities. Hey everybody, it's Caroline Gant.
And Tyler Blankenship.
And welcome to another episode of Garden Snacks. Today we are talking with Sam Boyette.
Welcome, Sam.
Welcome.
It's good to have you.
Guys. Good to be here. Good to be inside.
Yeah, you finally get to see the inner workings of the green room.
Yeah, where the sausage gets made.
That's right. It's so impressive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We're staring at a lot of storage right now. And Tyler.
And me. Well, sorry to pull you away from the beautiful conifer land that I found you in. What were you looking at, by the way?
I was looking at the weeping Alaskan cedar. Is it a cedar or a cypress?
I have one of those. I love it.
I've been going back and forth. I got a weeping deodar cedar from you guys last fall, so that was my decision because I think I wanted more blue than like green. So one day, if I have a bigger yard one day, I'll add one of those.
They do get big, but what I do with mine is I like shear it so it stays more slim. Like as it grows out, I just cut it back. So it's a great one.
Very
it's so
Dr.
pretty.
Seuss-like.
Very Dr. Seuss-like. Yep.
Indeed. So, which variety did you add? The deodar? Was it like feeling blue or?
No, I should know. I could pull it up.
You have so many plants. You're not going to know all of them.
It's okay. Yeah. We can move on to the next question.
We can move on. Well, I mean, your garden is gorgeous. Like we've brought pictures up on our show on Gardening Inside Out. So a lot of our listeners have seen it, but you recently made this stunning, basically like mini movie about your garden where you get to really like take a deep dive into it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I feel like I've been working on it for 3-4 months, but also for 6 years, just because that's when I started gardening during COVID, when half of the world's gardeners now started gardening. But
it was great. It gave everybody like a purpose while they were at home, like getting into plants and just spending that time like in their yards.
Yeah, I figured that in 2020, if I'm going to be home, I might as well have something pretty to look at. So just went straight for it and spent all the money I had saved up on it, but I think it's been worth it.
You've made something like absolutely stunning. I mean, what do you have, like 35 different types of Japanese maples in that garden?
Yeah, I think like 37. A couple of them were just from my next door neighbor that she gave me I think they were in pots from when Opryland flooded. Her and her boyfriend just like, I don't know if they went and stole them or just rescued them.
I would say they
rescued them
yeah.
and gave them to me, and now they've blown up. But yeah. A lot of Japanese maples, a lot of conifers, a lot of grasses too, ornamental grasses, and trying to think what else I feel like conifers and Japanese maples are the majority of.
That seems like your big things. Yeah.
Some flowers, but I kind of gave up on the flowers too.
Why?
If they grow, they grow, but I feel like they require more work after those, like that first or second year. The Japanese maples, I feel like now have all established for the most part, except for the couple ones I have in a pot that I have to more regularly water. But
yeah.
And same with the conifers. A lot of them don't do well in Tennessee the first year or two. I learned a very expensive lesson there.
Oh no. Which one was it?
I mean, I probably lost
a few.
a few. Like a lot of Hinoki cypresses. Those are like my absolute, if maybe I like them more than Japanese maples, but they just really thin out if they don't get watered well the first 2 years, I feel like. So I kind of gave up on those a little bit. Although there are some varieties I feel like are easier than others, like the false cypresses too.
So do you still have some, or are they all gone?
I do. I have one right by my screen porch that it really hasn't grown at all since I planted it. It's probably like 4 feet tall, but it survived. So I'm happy with it.
I think I've planted 2 and they both died.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up on those. Tyler, have you grown one before?
No, I haven't. I have to healthily caution people who are looking at them. I did the same thing with a guest who had one, or who wanted to put 2 in a container next to his garage. And I just said, they're going to be a little bit finicky. I'm not going to lie. You're going to need to do some extra winter protection and definitely keep up with the watering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a container, especially with them. So I said, if you're up for the challenge, go for it.
Yeah. And mine that have survived have just thinned out a little bit. They just don't hold that like extreme thick, dense coat that you see like in Oregon or in Japan. So, but still worth it. They're pretty.
The plants in Oregon are just, we can't replicate it here, sadly. I so badly want my garden to look like it, but it's not really going to happen. And that's okay. We're in Tennessee, so.
Yeah, it's gotta fit our climate here.
That's right.
Well, I did see you grew some white tulips. That was in the
Yes.
video, right?
Yes, I think that was 20. That was one of the older shots in the video. That was 2022 or 3. I decided I bought 1,000 tulips wholesale online, and I planted them. And the next spring, I think I bought like 200 white tulips, put them all in front of my screen porch. They did great, but then of the 1,000 I've planted, probably 40 have come back after the first year.
So do you think 1,000 came up like initially?
I think
the
so.
First year?
It was unreal. It was my friends and I called it like a mini cheekwood.
Yeah.
Just because it was, and I did some like a purple and orange like pattern in the back too. And those are the ones that have kind of stuck around. But it was worth it just for that. But it was kind of expensive to buy.
That's so many tulips. That sounds incredible. Like I can't even imagine. Like you get to walk into your yard every day and see all those tulips.
Yeah, it was definitely an obsession of, okay, I want this to be something almost like hilarious to walk into and see this many
Like,
in just a
wow.
small backyard. But, yeah, I'm glad I got some good shots of it while they survived because it was cool. And something interesting is just like the tulips, kind of like daffodils, they all crane towards the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So my backyard, the sun is away from my backyard, and so a lot of the flowers I plant like end up facing away from my view. So I have to go out into the yard and look back at my house to get like the full effect of them, which is an interesting thing I've learned.
To see that, yeah.
Yeah.
I love how they just move with the sun, like little solar panels that just shift. Flowers are amazing. I mean, just plants are amazing in general. I love them.
It's fun filming like time lapses of flowers because you get to see them open up and move. Like I did a couple shots of my water lilies in my pond and just seeing them every day open up and then close back up at the end of the day. I don't know. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Those
You've
were
got some great
fantastic.
time-lapse.
So this footage was over 6 years.
It was 6 years, but it was mostly, I started in March this year, and this May I had a really slow period, not a lot of work going on, so every day I just set up shop outside and started filming. But there are some shots, probably the last like 2-3 years is when I started like filming with a good camera, trying to like intentionally film the progress. I mean, part of it was the first 2-3 years, everything was so small because I just bought small, and now it's all grown into what I envisioned it to be.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's a good way to start. I know a lot of folks will come out and they want to start big, but it's like these are going to grow from here. Like you start small, you get to see them come up, you get to see them grow up and grow into the space. So
Yeah, and I think what I did, the very first plant I got from you guys, it was a Sherwood Flame Japanese maple.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
I paid $650 for it, which still to this day is the most expensive plant I've ever bought.
Yeah.
But I wanted that to be like the cornerstone of the garden. Like everything will kind of come around this. So it was worth that. Like a couple big expenses or, plants to trickle throughout the garden, and then the rest let slowly
fill
grow
in.
into it. Yeah.
And that's the one that you have just next to your screened-in porch, which we need to talk about.
Yes, yeah. It's right
So
behind
you
the
can see it.
pond.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the focal point, I would say.
It's gorgeous. I mean, your garden name is Plymouth Garden. I don't think we've
Yes.
talked about that just yet. So
Yes, that's I can't say why.
Okay.
So everyone find that video and look it up. But I did want to ask you, Tyler and I were talking about, we were like, where is Eli now? You talked about Eli, a 14-year-old that helped you with the porch, correct?
Eli is studying to be a pilot. He's flown over the house quite a few times. So he's at MTSU.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, is he going into architecture?
No, but
or-
he's a really crafty, hands-on kid. I mean, his dad really taught him to work hard, and he would just. So during COVID, I was building the screen porch that you were talking about, and Eli would just show up at my house and be like, "Hey, can I help out?" And at first, I thought he was just trying to like make some money off of me, but then I think he was just so bored and wanted a project, so he would help me lift all the posts and beams and get things up, and then just mess around. And he's like, it was so weird. I would tell my friends, yeah, one of my best friends is a 14-year-old who lives next door, but he's mature beyond his years, and yeah, I think he's going to be a pretty good pilot. But he's home this summer, so I'm like, all right, what are we doing next?
We
What
got
are
a project
building?
to work
Yeah,
on.
So
That's amazing that he's going to be a pilot. Wow, Eli, if you're listening, we are impressed.
Speaking of what you're doing next, first of all, I don't think you've ever shared with us the shed structure before.
oh yeah.
Or maybe when was that
It's-
built?
Yeah, that was 2022. So the porch was 2020, and then I had two just crummy plastic sheds in my driveway that were just an eyesore to look at, and I thought, okay, I want to build a shed that can fit everything in it so I don't have to do two. And maybe I could make it look like something interesting. So I put it in the very back left corner of my yard. And I had just gone to the Portland Japanese garden the fall before, and I was really inspired by their tea houses. And the tea houses in there, like, called in Japan, are meant to like have gardens that you walk through and slow down to get to. So I put a lot of intent in like making it as far from the house as possible, which kind of is annoying when I have to go get a shovel or a lawnmower, but it's something mysterious, you know, in the distance that it's been kind of fun to separate that from the porch and the koi pond that I have. So
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And like the door being on the corner.
yeah, I don't know why. I think I wanted to challenge myself because the porch was kind of difficult to build because it's so big and tall, but the shed isn't as tall or big, but the roof structure is really complicated. I mean, I struggled a lot to make it, but I wanted it to look like something I had seen, but also I hate when I just I don't want to make something that's been seen before. I wanted it to be one of a kind, and hasn't fallen over yet. So
Still standing.
yes.
So you designed and built everything yourself.
Yes, I did. I based the porch off of something I saw on like the Family Handyman magazine website, but I was gonna paint it white because that's what they had in the magazine. Theirs was just a more traditional structure, like a gabled roof. But I was gonna go paint it, and my neighbor was like, "You can't paint it. The cedar is beautiful."
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I didn't because I feel like it's defined the look of the backyard.
It definitely would have changed the look if you had painted it white.
I think it would have been cool, and it would have matched my house. My house, like the siding is white and it's brick and white, but it just would have felt more southern living than Pacific Northwest or just, woodsy.
Woodsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely has woodsy vibes
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
I couldn't believe it. Seeing the hilarious part was your neighbor saying it's kind of got a Japanese look to it.
Yeah, that and
You put that moment in there. Is that actually him in the video?
That is him, and I loved recreating because we're both 5-6 years older than when that moment was taken. I had to take my wedding ring off for the shot just in case. Although I think I was wearing gloves, so it didn't even matter in the end.
But you had to be true to it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. He came over. I remember my roommate during COVID got mad because he's like, "You shouldn't have people that close to you." So in the video, I put him further away, like I'm on the roof. In reality, I was just building it. But I think the trim on the screen porch, I have some low trim on the sides to just not make it one big mass of aluminum screen. And he saw that and thought it kind of had like a Japanese joinery look to it. And then I was like, well, I already have a koi pond, which is, Japanese. And he says the porch looks like that. So I'll get the Japanese maple, and it all just snowballed from there. So
yeah. And you talked a lot about the Japanese maple that was at the house you grew up at, right?
yes, our childhood home has maybe the biggest Japanese maple I've ever seen. Maybe, or outside of, I did get to go to Japan for work in 2023, but it was just, we could climb it like a regular tree. And I have all these photos as a kid climbing the tree. And then I think once he said that, I was like, wait, I knew nothing about gardening when I built the porch. So I didn't even know the difference, between a Japanese maple or, a sugar maple or anything.
Yeah.
But, that really sparked it. And not to plug Bates, but coming to Bates, I was like, okay, I want a Japanese maple. And I'm sure you guys did a good job selling me on a big one. But
We have so many.
yeah.
It's never a bad time of year to add Earth Mix to your garden. Earth Mix garden products are sustainably sourced, living soils and amendments crafted to give you the best success for your gardening efforts. Establishing a raised bed? Use Garden Premium Topsoil Blend for an excellent performing growing medium for flowers and vegetables. Amend your gardens with their supernatural compost with all the nutrients needed to recharge existing soils. For houseplants, their Proganics Indoor Grow Mix is a fantastic potting medium that will feed for up to 6 months without the need for additional fertilizer. Earth Mix is sold only at independent garden centers, so head over to earthmix.net/find Earthmix to locate one near you. Success begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix garden products. When you started coming to Bates, that's when we started working here.
Yeah, we were pandemic hires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The gloss of excitement and horror were both on our minds and
Yeah.
faces as well.
It was a lot. We started on April Fool's Day,
Oh
the
my
two of us.
in 2020.
Wow.
Same day.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, we had excitement about it too. We'd never seen so many plants in one place.
And then probably tons of people once you could open to people, tons of people showing up.
It was a wild time.
Did you think that was like the amount of people you were going to get all the time?
I had no idea.
Well, it just kept going from there. That was every busy season after our first got busier until 2023, where the busy season kept going past May into June and July. And we were like, is it ever going to slow down again? It did slow down. But this year has been the busiest since 2023 for us. Wow. So,
yeah, the pandemic just like you got so many people into gardening. So you didn't garden at all before?
I think I had planted maybe a couple daylilies, or my mom had dug up some like hellebores, Lenten roses from her garden, and I planted them. But I just had a big clover, weedy backyard, and then there was the koi pond there, but it was basically in disrepair. But there was like some grasses and vinca around it. I think that when I built the pond, I planted like a couple small things, and then it was the Japanese maple, and then
it just took
I
off
saw
from there.
those early photos, and it was way different than it looks now. So it has really been growing in well, even just for 6 years. It almost looks like there's been a decade of growth or more.
I think the biggest benefit is my backyard. I'm on 0.4 acres, and the backyard is fairly bigger than it looks because I have these amazing old growth trees in the back. I have some black walnuts and an oak tree that is just enormous. So everything feels like I'm in the woods when really I'm just in a regular suburban neighborhood. So I'm really thankful for those trees. I had to cut some down that were dying and getting overtaken by weeds, but I tried to that actually helped a lot because I got a little bit more sun, and that helped things grow a lot more because it was super shaded when I first started gardening, and nothing was really doing well except for hostas.
Yeah, we all love hostas.
Oh yeah, hostas and
but
ferns.
you can't only grow hostas and ferns. I guess you could if you
could.
really wanted to.
Yeah.
Emily Boyd does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, right now with the heat we're experiencing, I want more shade, and I'm like, I'll grow whatever shade perennial I need to fill in. Sometimes I feel like things are getting too much sun in my backyard because of that.
Yeah, with this heat wave we have, some of my stuff in full sun is frying right now. But that's to be expected. It's okay.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing I've learned with shade is getting height out of plants. Like ground cover plants do well, and some smaller plants, but I haven't found that many. I mean, Japanese maples do well in a little bit of shade or a decent amount of shade, but that was the struggle I had, is getting any sort of, height to look at with shade plants.
It is tricky.
Oh, sorry, Caroline.
Oh, you're good. I was just going to ask, have you grown Sun King Aurelia? Because that's one of my favorites. Do you have that in your garden?
Two of those.
They're so good.
Both got purchased from Bates here. Those are amazing. And they're just like the most yellow that you can get.
It's the color on it is stunning. And wasn't I talking with you about Sun King Aurelia? Or was it someone else last week here? But just about, it goes completely dormant in the winter. You don't see it. And mine is as tall as I am right now.
Yeah, it takes a while. I feel like it's slower to start than like hostas or everything else. And I always, the last couple of years, I'm like, did it die? And then
is it
now
coming back?
Now it's mine is maybe 4 or 5 feet tall.
Yeah, it's a great plant. What were you saying, Tyler?
I totally forgot it now. Oh, yes, pruning your Japanese maples. Do you find that because of that shadier environment that you've tried to prune them to get higher?
I really struggle. I don't want to prune as much as possible. Part of it is I just wanted stuff to get big and get tall and grow, but I've started to prune just to keep things from spreading into each other. I think that has helped get, like when you prune something on the sides, then it's like, well, I guess I'm going to grow up because you're not pruning me there. But like I have a cherry tree that is right next to a Japanese maple, and I keep pruning them off of each other. And yeah, I've had to get creative with it, but I've tried to prune as little as possible. I'm just like too afraid to lose any branch.
I know. I get nervous pruning my Japanese maple. I've got a Katsura that's out of control, and I prune it like a little bit every winter, but not enough.
Yeah. And they like it. I do need to do it more, especially on the inside. It's just kind of cleaning them out on the inside, but
it does help. I had a grapevine that was growing next to one of my large Japanese maples. It grew up inside of it, started shading it, and then we had a really rough summer because it's in full sun. Died out, like burnt a lot of the top growth off, scorched it, and I gave it a very hard pruning. And I was scared to do it too. I was like, well, it'll either recover or it'll look like crap. It looks really good. So I don't regret it.
I'll have to be braver this fall, this winter. Yeah.
Yeah, I even went for stuff that was like an inch or two in diameter, large branches.
You went
Wow.
big.
I did, but
It's
know,
impressive.
sometimes you have to do that.
Go big or go home.
Not all the time though. I feel like that would be like every few years, really, if any, because I like the meandering look of Japanese maples a lot.
Yeah, I haven't done any heavy pruning to any of my plants to get that more manicured look. I like the wild look of things, but I've like tamed wild, like naturalistic looking, but still having a bit of a purpose.
Yeah.
Well, it looked manicured in your video. Might just be the placements of everything too, or just the fullness.
I think
it's very full.
I do have some boxwoods and yews that kind of give a little bit of shape to the borders and things that maybe has helped, like letting some of the wild things grow wild while having a bit of a structure. I feel like it's a balance between those two.
I just love how tight everything is in there.
Yeah. And your pathway and your arbor that leads to the shed, like your vision lines from the porch to the backyard. It seems very thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried growing wisteria, like not the American wisteria on it, and it did well, but I think the cherry tree I have next to it has shaded it so much that it's kind of gotten a little thin. So
does it bloom still?
It barely bloomed.
Yeah.
I think probably 2 years ago it had a ton and it was very purple and pretty. But I'm probably going to leave it. But I'm considering on the other side of the arbor adding maybe a climbing rose to come up and do something there. Although I don't know if that will look too fancy.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, with it. It seems like it would be a little bit different than kind of the look you have right now.
Yeah, and there's a section behind that's probably not in any of my photos or in the video where behind the like Japanese maple and some of the cypresses I have in front of the screen porch, I have a bunch of dahlias and roses, and that's where all my flowers are. And I, for a couple of years, did like the annuals from seed, but you can't see it anywhere unless you're back there. So it's kind of an experimental garden. So maybe that's where I'll try the rose.
Oh, that'd be pretty back there with all the flowers, with all the color. You got to pop a color back in the in the corner.
It's a good cut flower garden because I feel like cut flowers aren't always the prettiest in terms of like looking at, having in your garden. So they're hidden away, but then they're ready to come on the porch.
Bring inside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I love it.
See, thoughtful in every example. I mean, I'm a sucker for flowering things, so I think I would try anything at least once. I did try an American wisteria on the backyard fence. It grew up, but it was too shaded by the fence itself, and it never did very well. So similar results there. Needs more sun.
Do you still have it?
No, it died.
Wow.
Oh.
I think it died this winter. It did not come back.
R.I.P.
It was one of the first plants I purchased from Bates, too, when I started working there. It's like it was 5-ish years old, but never got that big.
Yeah. I've always been a little scared to grow wisteria, so I haven't done it. Maybe one day.
Yeah. If you got a sunny spot, I would just say go for it. Something for it to grow on.
My parents have one, the house they bought, and it bloomed the first couple of years. They've been there for, I don't know, at least 30 years. And it bloomed, it was growing, and then the trees grew in and it was shaded. They thought it died, and it is in all of the trees now.
Wow.
They eventually saw it blooming like way up in these mature oaks. So it made its way up.
Yeah,
it kept going.
Depending on which type you get, I think it can really take over your life.
Theirs was definitely one that takes over your life, but I think they're okay with it. It's pretty up in the tree canopy once it found the sun and could bloom.
Yeah. I've even seen with those less aggressive varieties, it's possible to tree form them.
Mm-hmm. I think we've gotten some tree form.
We've had some before. It's pretty wild, but if you just stake it up and work it, you can maintain it as that. And I think that's pretty wild.
Yeah, you sure can. Well, Sam, if folks wanted to find you, I know you have a YouTube channel. If you want to let us know where we could see that video, but we will post the link when we let this mini-sode out.
Absolutely. My YouTube, I believe, is my name, Sam Boyette, Boyette. And then I have a Instagram for my garden at Plymouth Garden, and I am trying to post more regularly there, but I'm already thinking of, I need to think of the next video idea for if I want to be a YouTuber. I don't know if I want to be a YouTuber or if this was just a fun, creative release for me, but
Well, it was gorgeous. I mean, anyone who sees it, I'm sure, is like blown away. And I would say it's, for me, on par with the Isley videos that they make.
Yeah, I have a lot of Isley plants that I bought here in the garden, and I actually sent that over to them, and they shared it on their Facebook page. I love those guys, and I want to go to their. I know they're not open to the public, but that garden they have is incredible
It's
out in
amazing.
Oregon.
That's one of my dream destinations, is to go to the Isley Gardens and get to walk around. So
I think
maybe
it's
one day.
possible. There's another gardener who does a lot of stuff with baits with our Isley product, and they got to tour the garden. So never give up on your dreams. Go live
Make
it.
it happen,
Go live
Sam.
it big, Sam.
They did tell me via Instagram that I could come get a private tour.
Okay, you got
So
the
there you go.
invite.
I just need to
You've
get the
gotta
plane
go.
ticket. Yeah.
Oh, go and take all the videos, and
Oh, yeah.
so we can see that. But it was great talking with you today. Thank you for coming on our mini episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you for tuning into the Gardening Inside Out podcast. If you're looking for more information or more from your hosts, don't forget that we have a live Saturday morning broadcast, 8 a.m. Central Time, on YouTube and Facebook. You can also follow us on our Instagram channel. That's @Gardening Inside Out for more posts, reels, and in-depth dives to topics and things we've discussed on the show. If our content resonates with you, consider giving us a follow, like, and subscription on all of our social media pages. See you next time.